So Luke, in FA Cup action this weekend with a trip to Norwich Vics, you're excited to be back in the competition?
Yeah, obviously, FA Cup, best competition in the world for me. It's especially for non-league clubs, it's your chance to dream, and people will laugh it off and say, oh, you're never getting there and all the rest of it, but clubs have done it, so why not us? You need a good draw, you need, to go through it. We got to the second qualifying round, 3 years ago, and played some massive teams along the way, your Macclesfields and your North Shields and teams like that, and we were poor in the game that we actually got knocked out, and then the side that beat us obviously went on to play Halifax from the conference in front of a big crowd. So, you've got a dream in games like this, and it's brilliant for the players. It's obviously great for the club, both financially and, as a club, if you can win a few games and move on. So, yeah, massive cup competition. Can't wait for Saturday.
In terms of the opposition, Norwich Vics obviously faced them in pre-season, but what kind of game are you expecting from them?
Yeah, I've said before, we're obviously a little bit different in the fact that this will be their first game of the season. We've obviously played twice already. So it will probably be a little bit easier for them to, having watched us, and, they'll know how we want to play and what we want to do, and they know a lot about our players, having been in the counties, for the last few seasons. But, for us going forward, we don't take too much from the pre-season game, because again, we've both changed a little bit, and again, I'm good friends with Barnsley, the top guy. Always has a good team, but at the same time, we definitely weren't going to show our hands to each other during pre-season. So both got a few things hidden away, and I'm sure it'll be a great game.
Just for ourselves going into the game, obviously the draw against Bury, but then the defeat to Burscough. What to take from those games into the match?
Yeah, I think in both games there was decent performances at certain times, and the way in which we want to play has been good at times, and then we let ourselves down in other areas. But we're a group that the majority of the lads have stayed. We try to implement a certain way of playing, and we're going to work as hard as we can to try and make sure that happens. But we're a work in progress. We're not going to be there in a couple of games' time. It's going to take a while for that to be implemented, but hopefully we can show good signs of it and move forward, and hopefully get through to the next round of the cup.
Obviously you mentioned that run 3 years ago, matching the club record. How big would that be to do a similar thing this season?
Yeah, massively. I think it's always nice to stay in the cup competitions for as long as possible. There's a good rapport between the players, and we just want to test ourselves and keep going. And obviously financially for the club it'd be great, but the most important thing is for the group to see some rewards for their hard work and everything like that. I think that's the most important thing that we look for.